All right, we are live. Let's get our comments started, and I'm gonna get my microphone on. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, comments are loaded, and let me get my microphone. Hopefully it's working. For some reason it's not cooperating. There we go. Now it's in the green. All right, so I am here ready to go. So come on in and let me know who you are. If you're on YouTube, you don't need to give me your name in the comments because YouTube shows that, but Facebook does not. So if you're on Facebook, just make sure you put your name in the comments so I know who I'm talking to. If you don't, that's fine. It's not a problem at all. In the meantime, I'm just going to sit here and wait for everybody to come on. I'm going to adjust my cameras and get everything situated, I think. Hopefully we're going to be doing this right tonight. So, all right. I am ready to roll. There we go. So I'm just going to wait patiently for somebody to come on. Someone's got to come on and talk to me. What did I do? Oh, I don't know why I did that. That was a dumb. Oh, hello, Karen Jo. What's happening, girl? We are back. I'm getting settled in. Oh, it's been busy. I'm trying to pull all of my retired stuff out, and it's just overwhelming. Not that I don't buy everything, but you know, between designer paper and stamps, you got to pull everything out, and it just seems like, you know, you're trying to organize it and get it on my Etsy store, and it's very time consuming. So anyways, that's what I've been working on. Plus I've got classes scheduled for next Monday for the Shell Point residents. So I've got, I think the last time I checked, I had 10 people scheduled for the Monday morning class, and then 5 people were scheduled for the afternoon. So that's good. Hi, Carolyn Anderson. Oh, thank you. You like my earrings? Turquoise is my favorite color, just to let you know. If you probably noticed, you'll see a lot of teal and turquoise. But welcome, welcome, welcome. So I think I was starting to tell you last week that my dog, Riley, is going to be a celebrity here. Can't you use it on cards you give away? Oh, my retired stuff? Yeah, I could. We had a photo shoot last Thursday. The marketing department had, I guess they were going through residents' files and saw where she was a therapy dog / read dog. And so this lady from the marketing department called me, and she started asking me all these questions. And I was like, what are you calling? I said, are you writing an article? She goes, oh yeah, we're going to be writing an article on your dog, and it's going to be at our magazine, which I think, I assume they'll have time because it goes out July, August. Oh my God. We did an hour. Riley was about, they can do about, therapy dogs can do about 45 to 50 minutes, and then they start getting antsy. You got people, I'm picking her up, people are petting her, it's just one thing after the other. And we had residents that they came down. We'd set up, the photographer had set up the camera in one of our, the medical center. And we had this one couple come down. Well, she wanted to get her hair, fixed up. So we did a few pictures with her. And then she went and had one of the ladies do up her hair. And we had several residents come in. And so he was taking pictures of Riley sitting on people's laps, giving this lady kisses. And then we wanted to do one in one of the rooms. So we went into this couple's room, which I think they have, like, I call it a suite, because they have a separate room for their sleeping, and then they have a little den. It's another small room where they have the reclining chairs and they can watch TV. And so Riley's sitting on the lady's lap. Well, she had her hair all done up in a bun, and she had lipstick on. And she looked so pretty. And so she's holding Riley, and the photographer is just snapping pictures left and right. And then we went, we were heading downstairs, and this gentleman stopped me. He said, could you come in and see? I assume it was his mother. He said, would you mind coming in the room? And I said, sure. So the photographer waited outside, and I went in. The lady was laying in the bed, so I put Riley in the bed with her, and she's petting her and talking to her and stuff. Then we went outside, and it was hotter than blazes. And he's snapping pictures of us outside, sitting on a bench, sitting near the flowers. Oh my gosh. He probably took, I'm thinking 80 to 100 photographs, because you know how they start clicking and it's just going click, 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 a lot. So we will see how that goes. So she's going to be a super, I was telling one of my neighbors, I said, we're going to do photographs. So I'm going to have Riley with photographs. And I've got my little rubber stamp. We're going to come in, because I don't want to put her foot in ink. But I'll have her come sign people's books if they want. So that was Thursday. I was exhausted. The dog was exhausted. She slept for a couple hours when we got home. I mean, she did not budge. She was out like a light, but it was funny. So anyways. All right, 7 o'clock. Oh, yeah, I'm a celebrity. All right. Not me. It's the dog. I just am her, I'm her little helper. I have a picture when we were doing the read program with the first graders at Christmas time. I have this elf. It's a dress I bought at Walmart. It looks like an elf, an elf outfit. And she has a red sweater with white fur. And so I was calling her Mrs. Paws, and I was Mrs. Paws' helper. And the kids just thought that was hilarious. So I do have that picture of her and I together. So it's crazy. But anyways, I know, don't you like that photograph? Isn't that cute? So, you just happened upon it this afternoon, huh? So anyways, that's what's the latest and the greatest. So the marketing lady told me once she gets the article written up, she'll send it over for me to review it to make sure she's got all the information correct. And then I guess they'll run it in, I think it'd be the next magazine. So we will see. So I have 2 classes coming up on Monday for the residents. And, a lot of people go back up north. So I think people are happy that I'm doing classes, because, the activities kind of fall down. We don't have as many because people aren't here to run them outside of the staff. I mean, we're talking volunteers and stuff. So, but yeah, so it's fun. I enjoy it, because I love to see what she does for people and all that mess, and who doesn't love a dog, right? Or a cat, but she's a dog. So anyways, all right, well, it is 7:05. Yep, this is live, Kathy. I am streaming through my Facebook VIP group, and then also streaming to YouTube. So we are live, and it's 7:05. So I'm going to go ahead and do my housekeeping part of it for those that are coming on board. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, I will introduce myself. I'm Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I've been doing this craziness for about 12 years now. And I am here to teach you how to make, how to have fun making cards, and know that mistakes are okay. It's just an opportunity for us to do something with that mistake. So, and the biggest thing that I always ask everybody as a takeaway is just remember that the cards we make, whatever you do with them, the customer has no idea, or your friend or family or whomever has no idea what the cards are supposed to look like. So you just do your thing, right? So it's all about having fun. I am going to switch the camera down, so I wanted to go over some, which I know that you all are aware of, but I don't want anybody to come back and say that they didn't know it, so I'm going to flip the camera. We have our Designer Series paper sale, which is 15% off. If you receive my newsletter, then I have a link in there where you can download this flyer with the papers that are participating in that, and another item that I'll get to in just a minute. So the other thing just to mention is, if you happen to have an order that's going to be somewhere in the $70, $80 range, you may want to consider joining. Because right now for the month of June, you can choose $155 in product for $99 plus sales tax, and then Stampin' Up is going to cover your shipping. You're not required to hold classes. You're not required to have to sell anything. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You can just do it to get a discount. So just think of it like Sam's Club or Costco, right? You buy in and you get a discount. So you'll get a 20% discount. And if you join in June, then you'll have until the end of September, and at that point, if you decide you're not going to do anything and you don't order to where you would meet the minimum requirements, and I can go over all that with you, then you just go back to being a customer paying full price. So just think about getting 20% discount on all your orders from now through then. And if you're trying to buy paper, and this is like, you know, I don't want to say double dipping, but you're getting 15% off of this, plus you're getting the 20% discount. So it's kind of a no-brainer. So it's something that I would highly encourage any of you all that have a, you know, are trying to get papers or cardstock or inks or whatever. It's a great way to purchase those items and only pay $99, and you get $155. So that makes it even better. So the papers are on sale, and I'm sure that you've seen this. If you want the flyer, if you're on my newsletter list, then you can go and look at that and download it. I also put in my newsletter monthly coupons that started last month, and this will run through April of next year. So anytime you make a purchase over a certain amount, then you just let me know by email or text message that you want to use that month's coupon, and you would get whatever that particular item is. Now, you will pay shipping and tax on that because I'll have to mail it to you. Unless you're going to place another order, then we can work out, you know, you can order it yourself, and then I can just reimburse you the cost of that item, okay? Or whatever the deal is. So keep that in mind. That's in the newsletter as well. And then the other thing, for those that may not be aware, I try to keep everybody up to date, but I do a free 40 from Dawn. And these are my savvy perks, my customer savvy perks. So if you place 8 orders of $50 or more, they have to be it has to be at least $50 increments, and you fill up these 8 lines, then you will receive $40 in free product from me. Now that you will pay your shipping and tax on. And this list down here is where you would list the items that you would like to get. And again, you can take a copy of this, email it to me, send it by text, whatever, I don't care. And then I'll just confirm everything, get your products ordered, and we'll go from there. So that's a good thing. And then I have out our new June tutorial. This is a collaboration tutorial that I do with, in this case, where there's 47 this month. So 46 demonstrators and myself all participate in this collaboration. And these are people from all across the other countries that we work with. And I really encourage you, if you place a $50 order, I'll email this to you. It usually takes me a day or two to see the order come through, and then I'll automatically send it to your email. But the nice thing about it is if you can use this for inspiration, or you can copy the tutorials however you want to use them. That's your call. So 47 projects this month. So that's a pretty good thing. So this runs for the month of June. All right, so that is all of my housekeeping. So if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. You can message me, leave me a message on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll get back with you. It will be tomorrow, because when I get home, it'll probably be 8:30, probably be 8:45, and I will probably just crash. So, all right. So this evening, I'm doing something a little bit different. Since we're having a paper sale, and we tend to hoard our paper, I thought we would do a one-sheet wonder. Now, one thing I do want you to know is right here is my host code for the month of June. So you can see that right there. You can snap a picture of it or whatever and use that when you go through the checkout on my online store. And then that way I'll know that you're shopping with me, and then I'll make sure you get the items that you're going to get. Okay, so we're going to do a one-sheet wonder. And this particular one, and I'll post this, I'll probably do it in the morning. I don't know if I'll have time to do it tonight or not, but I will post it to the VIP group tomorrow morning. If you're not on my Facebook page as a VIP, I would highly suggest that you join. And for those that are new or have not, please make sure that you like and share my videos. If you like my video, please make sure that you like and share these so that I can spread the fun that we have while we're making these crazy cards. Okay, so this particular template, we're going to use 3 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper, and we're going to make 6 cards. And what we're due, and I'll show you, here's one of the ones which I put right here. This one I used soft seafoam card base, and all of the card bases are going to be cut at 4 1/4 by 11. And then this one I did Pretty Peacock, and then we're going to cut our strips in 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/2, I think, and yeah, 4 1/2. And then we're going to layer them, so which allows us, we can switch them over so we don't have the same design. So I thought this would be something pretty neat. So what I've done is, this is the pattern paper. So these are going to be how you will cut your designer paper. And this over here tells you how we're going to cut our card bases. It's in the tent, it makes the tent, I should say. And then here, we're going to use 2 sheets of coordinating paper. Oh, I only got one here. I think I need 2. 2 sheets of coordinating paper at 8 1/2 by 11. And we're going to cut 6 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 pieces. And that's going to be the base right here, this background that we're going to put our designer paper on. Okay, and then we are going to cut 6 pieces of basic white at 3 1/2 inches by 3/4, and that's going to be for our sentiment. And this is just a sample of, I'm using the Irresistible Blooms, and this is one of our online exclusives, and the paper is still out there if I'm not mistaken. So, and I'm going to use that paper, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So I'm going to post this, so you don't need to really worry about making notes if you don't want to. I'll post that for you in the morning, okay? Now, today, I'm using the, as I said, the Irresistible Blooms, and it does come in a bundle. So you've got this beautiful, all these beautiful, where you can cut out the flowers on the paper or stamp them yourselves, the leaves. And then this thing, which we've used before, which has those lines on it, we've used that before. And what I have done to save time, though, is I went ahead and stamped the flowers and cut the leaves and cut them out, because otherwise we'd probably be here all night, okay? All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo for our card bases. I went ahead and scored them. So what you want to do is score these at 5 1/2, and then we're going to turn them at the 8 1/2 mark, and we're going to cut them at 4 1/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these cut, so we'll have our card bases ready. So we're just, whoops, where's my knife? Oh, there we go. My blade was sitting up. All right, so we're going to cut 3 of these, which will give us our 6 cards. Okay, so let's get this in here at 4 1/4. And this is, one thing I like about the One Sheet Wonders is they're really, really easy to use, and it helps you use up your pattern paper. And I thought this is a great time, with our paper being on sale, that we can use that to make these beautiful cards. So love the bundle and DSP one on of time. Oh, I know. I do too. I love it. Okay, so we're going to set those aside for a minute. I'll fold these in just a moment. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, based on our, hang on, let me get my thing here, on our other piece of, oops, oh. Okay, so on this one, we're going to use some coordinating paper, and I'm using Daffodil Delight, and we're going to cut these at 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, okay? So I'm going to do 3 1/2 on this side, and we're going to cut 3 1/2 inches. Maybe I should do 4 3/4. Let's do 4 3/4. Let's do that first. I might have to get up and get another piece of paper. I think I can get them both out of here. All right, so we're going to start at 4 3/4. So I'm going to cut 4 3/4. I'm going to set this aside because we're going to use that. Then I'm going to turn this, and we're going to cut these at 3 1/2. Okay, so we're going to do 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So we'll do 3 1/2, and we should be able to, I think we should be able to get 6 out of this piece of paper. We'll find out. All right, so there's one. Hang on a minute. Got to get my fingernails. And then we'll do 3 1/2 here. And then we've got another one for 3 1/2. Let's cut this one down. And I think we should be able to get these out of this one sheet of paper. Let's see. 3 1/2. All right, now this one is cut when we left it. It's cut. We're going to cut this down to 3 1/2. So I think we're going to be good. So maybe not. I don't think. No, we may not be. All right, so we're going to cut this at 3.5. Nope, I'm going to have to get another sheet. And, oops, sorry, I'm making lots of noise. We're going to cut this at 4 3/4. So I do need to get another sheet. Let's see, 4 3/4. Nope, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I have to get one more sheet. This one we can do at 4 3/4. But I need one more sheet of paper, cardstock. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me 5. So let me grab a scrap real quick. Hold on. I thought I could pull that one out. Hang on a minute. See if we've got it. Nope. All right, that's why I wrote down 2 sheets of cardstock. All right, so we have 5 out of 1 sheet, and then we just need another 4.5. Let's do the 3.5. Let's do that. 3.5, because that will make my paper a little bit easier to use. So we'll do 3.5, and then we'll slide this around and cut this one at 4.5. Okay. And those of you that are just joining, we're doing a 1-sheet wonder, and I will post that in the morning to the VIP page. And okay, so we have our 6 bases. Let me move all these little scraps out of the way so that they don't get in the way. All right, now this is going to be, whoopsie, this one's not cut right. Hang on. This one's not cut right. What did I do? This is cut at 4.5 by, whoops, that's not right. Good thing I have another piece of paper, huh? This should be 3.5, right? 3.5 by, no. Yeah, 4 3/4. That was my mistake. 3.5 by 4 3/4. All right, there we go. Good thing I caught that, because we would have started building our card and that would not have worked. So let's make sure we got all those right. So we need 6 of those. 3.5 by 4 3/4. All right, now we're going to take our pattern paper. Let me move that out of the way so I don't get confused. That doesn't take much, now does it? Okay. So I'm going to use this piece here, and this piece, and this piece. All right, so these are the 3 pieces that I'm going to use for my paper that we're going to cut. Now, and then the back side, see how they've got the different designs? I'll put those up there. And then this one has the design of flowers. So I thought this one I could use the back, and then we can coordinate with these, all right? So I'm going to lay these down here because it really doesn't matter. All right, now according to the instructions, let me get back to the first page. We are going to cut our paper to 1 by 4.5. All right, so I'm going to put all 3 sheets on here. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut it down to 4.5. Hang on, let me make sure because I want to get my things to go. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to cut this at 4.5 inches. So we'll get that lined up right there. I think I should be able to do 3 with this, with the Stampin' Trimmer. Let's find out. Yeah, we can do that. All right, so you'll have some strips here that you can use. Save them for something else. All right, so that was 4.5, and then we want to cut this down. So, all right, so that's our 4.5, right? So we want to cut, wait a minute, we want 1 inch by 4.5. So we got 4.5. Hang on, we got our 6 inches. So we got to cut down 4.5, 1 inch. Well, all right, we're going to cut them off. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the 1 inches down because that's my 4.5, right? So let's go ahead and we're just going to cut our 1 inch piece, and then I'm going to come back and trim those if I need to. But no, I should be good with that, right? 4.5, yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut these at 1 inch. And I'm going to make sure I've got them all lined up. They might be off a little bit. So we'll do 1 inch. I could probably do it the other way, but I'm going to just do it this way. I'm going to try to make sure they're all even. Actually, let's do it this way. We can just cut it down to 1 inch. All right, so I'm going to line up on this side of the paper trimmer that are on our 1 inch mark right here. So I'm going to go ahead and line that right up like that. So that will make that easy to cut through. All right, so there's 1. And then we need 6 of these, right? Yes, we need 6 of these. So we're going to cut it down to another inch. So we'll just use that mark right on the right-hand side of our paper trimmer. And we've got that there. All right, so there's another inch. 2. And we'll do another inch. that all lined up to make sure they're straight, top and bottom. All right, so there's 3. And I'm trying to keep these separate because I want to make sure I go through. I'm pulling out the ones that I want. We're going to shift them around. All right, so we're going to put this another 1 inch right here. All right, so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be 2 inches, and it is. So we're going to cut this down to 1 inch right here, and get it lined up, and we're going to cut that down, and that should be 1 inch. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strips, right? Okay, so now we can start putting our cards together. And I'm going to lay these right here for now. And you can see those off to the side. So let's go ahead and get our card bases. We're going to get them folded and burnished. And I know this is stuff that you know how to do. But I didn't want to take the fun away from you not watching me do that, right? So, and this is going to be pretty easy. So tonight, I mean, the class, this evening may not be as long as we normally spend. But I just love these one-sheet wonders. And I just think they're fun to use. You can get really you can get really creative with them. What do y'all think? All right, so... All right, so we got that one. So we've got 6 card bases, and again, these are cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and they're scored at 5 1/2. And then we're going to use the Daffodil Delight for our center base, if you will. All right, and really, you can just, you know, once you get these going, it's really like an assembly line. So I'm going to go ahead and get. I'm going to hold this off to the side because I'll put those on last. All right. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to take and start laying my cards with my cardstock, and I'm just going to start placing these down and gluing them, and I'm just using whatever random order I want to. I don't know if I like that color, to be honest with you, but that's what we're going with. And then I think I like that one, like that. I think I'll put this in the middle. That way we've got 2 designs on the outside. All right, so, and this is the part that's probably going to be a little bit time consuming, but let me get my mat out. Hopefully, hopefully you don't get too bored with it. All right, so this one we're going to put on, let me get in the camera here. And see, I didn't want to cut anything because then you would miss out. I guess I could have cut it and then just showed you with a different paper. All right, all right, why is my, okay. We're not going to fight with that one. Give me a second. Let me go just grab another glue. Got some right here that I use for the class. Okay. Let's get started. Hopefully we got some. There we go. All right. So we'll just add some adhesive. And I'm just going to place these on here. And there's no right or wrong way. I'm just going to do whatever floats my boat. You know what I mean? And then we'll go ahead and add this one down. And maybe I should have done most of this beforehand so that you wouldn't have to watch me do this, but it's okay. Hello, whoever just said hi. How are you? We are doing a one-sheet wonder, and we're using 3 6x6 pieces of designer paper, and then we're going to make 6 cards. And the nice thing about using this multi-purpose liquid glue is you can shift these things around if they get, like, my middle one's a little off, but you know what, I'm just going to leave it. So, all right, so that's one of my cards. That is a little off, isn't it? That's probably going to drive me crazy, but if I lift it up, it's going to come off. So let's let that one go. We'll let it go. All right, now let's see what we want to do with these. And they can all be the same if you want them that way. And this paper is a little strange, but it's all right. So that one we could put some flowers. And let's do, this one's got a little bit of yellow in it, so why don't we do that? We'll show some of the flowers on this side. And again, I'm just adding adhesive and putting these on here. And then when we get done, we're just basically building the card. So this is a great way, you know, like for the holidays, to get your Christmas cards or Hanukkah or whatever you want to send out, or even if you do birthday cards. This is a great, these one-sheet wonders are great templates to use because it allows you to make a lot of cards in a short amount of time, right? And then you can get them out. So I think that's pretty nifty. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that one. I like this little white with the white on it. I think I'll just go like this. That should give us enough adhesive. All right, so we're just going to line these up. And again, I'm not sure about this yellow, but I think it will be fine. It's Daffodil Delight. Yeah, it's a great way to use up your scraps too. All right, so, and again, these are a little bit different because these papers have the design on one side and then they've got the, like a, I'm not sure what it's called. You know, the light, like, look like, to me, it kind of looks like clouds and stuff, you know. So that might be different looking. Let's try that. These are more of the, this looks more like pale rather than, it's a real pale daffodil, you know, with the, and this is Flirty Flamingo. And it kind of looks a little, it's got a little bit more with the yellow of a corally type tone. And I know it looks like you keep putting those on that, but we can flip them around. That's no big deal. So let's do that. We'll, we're going to put the papers, and we're just going to continue to do this for our 6 card bases. And you can do however you want to do this. I think we'll do the yellow on the outside because that looks pretty. That hopefully will tie it all together. So that's why I said this this evening probably won't take as long. Since last week, I think it took me an hour and a half to finish everything. And but that's okay. You know, not it's okay, but you know, it worked out. See, that's a pretty color. So let's put this one, and that's kind of peachy looking. And that's what it looks like. It looks kind of peachy. And we'll put the yellow. I don't know if I like that. It's too many. That's too clashy. I don't think I like that. Let's do that. And put this guy in the middle. There we go. We'll do it that way. I did have one lady comment, which is fine. I don't have a problem with people commenting. She said, I guess she was watching last week's video where I made that mistake. I guess it was last week's, I'm not sure. Where I made the mistake and I had to go back. Or maybe it was a different card. And she said... She made the comment that I talk too much. I should stop talking and just make the cards, or I should have made the card in advance. I'm like, well, you know, that's kind of like the whole idea of getting together and chit-chatting. It's kind of a one-sided conversation, but, you know, it's all right. So, I mean, that's fine. I take it with broad shoulders, and we'll keep that in mind. If something happens in the future, then, you know, I might need to do that. So... All right, so this one I've got off a little bit too, but that's all right. We're not going to worry about it. Nobody's going to be checking out our, I really liked the one I did with the Pretty Peacock. That one, I really liked those colors. And this one, but you know, you got to go with it because they got it in the, they've got the color in the designer paper, so... That's what we're going to do. I think we'll do flowers on each side. That might look a little bit busy, but let's flip this one around. But we'll try it. Why not? Right? And then we'll put this guy in the middle to kind of keep them separated. So, but by the time we add all of our stuff to it, we've got more to do. So I did cut out the flowers as I mentioned, so that's a good thing. So once we get this done, then we'll add do our sentiment, and then we'll add our flowers, and then our cards will be done. And this is a great way, you know, I send out cards every month, so I need to start doing these more than I normally do. I do like them, though. Never stop entertaining us. Well, I'm glad. You know, it's too much ugliness in the world, so, you know, you got to just be happy and do whatever you know. That's just how I look at it. We had a meeting. They had a meeting, I guess it was right after we got back from being on vacation. I don't know if I told y'all last week or not, but where they indicated that they were not going to have, they did a hurricane, they did the quarterly meeting or monthly meeting, and then they talked about, then they had a hurricane meeting. Well, that did not go over very well because they said that they were no longer going to do a pet hurricane shelter, which they've always done. And people were just livid. I think I'm going to do that. They were livid. They were booing and screaming. Oh my! I wasn't there, but that's what I heard. And so they gave them some city, I guess, some city shelter that are dog friendly that they can go to. But the sad thing, and I'm getting to my point, the sad thing is, some of these people that live here, they're not able to drive, so they don't have the transportation. And I already said that, if they're not going to leave. If it's at Hurricane 1 or 2, that's fine. But if it gets higher than that, those people are not going to leave because they're not going to leave their pet, right? But I was talking to this two ladies when I was walking the dog one morning, and I said, I'm trying to be on the positive side. We have they're building a new, and I forget if it's 10 floors, a huge building. They're demolishing part of the island, which is like where the offices are, one of our restaurants and all that, and they're building this big and if you live near in Florida, you might have seen it's called Vista Key, C-A-Y, Vista Key, and they're quite expensive units. But anyway, so people aren't happy with that, and my comment was, well, they're probably, because they've got all of these worker bees that they have to move, right? They've got to find locations for them to work, so they probably don't have the room to do a dog shelter, because they got to house all the workers. So that's my thing. So I just told them, I'm trying to be positive. I think that when they said it's going to take about 3 years to get this whole project done, that at the end of the 3 years, hopefully they'll come back and, make room for the dogs and the cats or whatever. And my husband made the comment, he goes, where do you go and live that they're going to give you shelter for your pets? But again, it's a pet friendly community that we live in, and that's not one reason, but a lot of people will have pets because of that, and older folks, that's, if they're widows or a widower, I mean, that dog or cat is a companion to them, right? And it forces them to make, helps them they have to get up, they got to take care of the dog or the cat, and if it's a dog, they got to walk them so it gets them active and all of that. So I think it's important, but anyways, we'll see. All right, so as you can see, I'm just putting all the cards on the base, and then we're going to add our flowers, and then we'll do our sentiments. Well, we'll do our sentiment first, and then we'll add our flowers. And this isn't looking too bad. It's coming together. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do daffodil base with the pink, with the flirty flamingo. That probably, I don't know. It might have looked better. I don't know. But it is, this is what we're going with. And you know what? Somebody's going to get this card. It's bright and cheerful, so that's all that matters, right? Okay. And then these strips that we cut off, we could put those on the inside of our card, too, when we put our white, basic white on the inside to write our message. So we can use that. So don't let me forget. I'll try to remember to do that. All right, so we have all our bases done. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to come in, and I've cut all these flowers, and then we're going to use, according to our instructions, let me pull this back out here, we need to create 6 sentiments, and again, it's going to depend on the size of your sentiment. We're doing 3/4 by 3.5, and I've already got those cut, so we're going to go ahead and stamp. And you know what? I just hope that we don't have a hurricane. And, what are the odds? I mean, it's 100 years since we've had a Category 5. Not to say that we can't get another one, but we'll just keep our fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. And then it will be a moot point. Everybody will be happy, and we'll be good to go, right? Okay, so we're going to use Flirty Flamingo, because I like this color, for our sentiment. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm stamping... I couldn't be happier to have you as a friend. So that's what we're going to stamp for our sentiments. And as you can see, I added ink the other day. So I'm going to move these. Some of these I'm going to stamp towards the left side and put the flower, and some I'm going to stamp to the right, just to leave some room for my flower. Okay, so if you're wondering why I'm doing it, it might be a little weird. That's why I'm going to do 3 and 3. And don't ask me, I'm just doing it because. And I'm getting a little bit of ink, so give me 1 second. Let me clean this. I must have pushed down. I'm getting a little bit on the corners. Oh, I see where it is. Hang on. Let me clean this up. We don't want to have ink on our... All right, so we'll do one more on this side. Okay. And then we'll move these. We'll put these down on to the right side. And we got 2 more to go. But don't you like this? Isn't this, I don't, I just think it's fun. And it's just, you know, you can sit here and chit chat. It'd be fun to do if you have friends over. Y'all can just sit and put cards together and have a little party. All right, so we've got our sentiments done. So we're going to close this up. And we'll move that over there. Oh, that's the one that doesn't work. Okay, so now we're going to add this to our card. And you can place this wherever you want. I'm going to put it down towards the bottom because we've got some flowers. And I cut them and I did half and half the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what? Let me just use my seal because that would probably be easier. Let me just do just that way I only have to do one stripe of the seal. And then this is cut so it goes from right on the edge of the base right there. If it hangs over a little bit, that's fine. No one's going to really notice. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to, whoops, I keep pulling the thing up. We'll go ahead and add our adhesive. And this is like, I think Carolyn said she's new to stamping. This is a great way if you're somebody that doesn't stamp a lot and you're learning. One sheet wonders are really great. And I think you'll find that these are really helpful. I know I do. And let me tell you, I got placed my order last week to get my stuff. I did a 2-day shipping. Of course, you know, shipping, you know how that goes. I got it Monday and yesterday. And have I opened it yet? No, I have not because I was busy trying to get my retired stuff pulled and trying to get it organized. I'm going to be doing... I don't know if you all know this or not, but I have an Etsy store, and I put my retired products on there for sale. And I'm also going, what I just did, I worked, and that's what took me so long today. I'm doing some mystery boxes, but I did 3 boxes that are not mystery. So I've got 3 boxes on there. I just want to see how that works. That I'm going to, I've got cardstock and ink and all the coordinating stuff, and then some are, you know, 2 or 3 stamps with other designer papers and stuff. So I've got that on there, but I think I'm gonna just do mystery boxes and fill it up with, you know, like a bundle, maybe 2 stamps, a bunch of paper, some embellishments, ribbon or whatever. So just, oh, look at that. That one, I almost put it in the wrong spot. I was thinking I cut it wrong. Okay, so we have that on there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some dimensionals. Now I used Flirty Flamingo, but look what I did. I stamped off. Doesn't that look like it's petal pink? I stamped off. This is Flirty, and then I stamped off once, and that's the color. And I did. I tried to do that with the daffodil, but I just left those dark because they didn't look right. So, anyways. We're going to go ahead and add some dimensionals on the back of all of these flowers. So we need, we only need 6, 2, 4, yeah, I got 6, okay. So, and then I'm just going to, we'll just pick some, and then I've got leaves that we'll add. So we're going to put dimensionals on the back of each of the flowers. And I'm going to try to keep them more kind of like at an angle. So I can get the leaf. I've got a leaf we'll pop inside. I guess I'll put this one over. I'll put it right there. And then we'll do this one. And then the leaves we're just going to lay down, and we'll put one right there. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to go through and sort and see which ones we want to put on our cards. And it really isn't going to matter, right? So, all right, so let's get this one. And this is a Flirty. So I'm going to lay him right about like that. And then these I stamped in Shaded Spruce. And these are actually, I've got a color coach. I don't know if y'all have ever used one or not, oh, here it is right here. I'm using a color coach, and it gives you all the colors that will coordinate. Like Flirty Flamingo, it will show you which colors would work, would coordinate with that. And I've started using that. I've never used it before. I've had it, but I've never used it. I absolutely love that thing. So I'm going to put this, I'm just going to slide this right under here. So you have to be careful where you place your dimensionals, because then you might not be able to get your leaf back further than you can. So I'm just going to put it like that. So that's, I guess he probably could have went up top, but that's how the card's going to look, right? See that? So we're going to go ahead and finish this up. But anyways, so I'm going to make several of those and put those for sale. And I'll have all the cardstock will be cut, and the color coach will be printed for you, and then it will come on a ring binder. So I'm going to put that one there. Now let's see what we can do. Let's see if this one, let's do that. Let's put this one up there. Put some glue on that one, and then we're just going to add our, we'll add our leaves. Let me put some of that glue off. We'll just put this guy, we'll tuck him, I'm just tucking him right under. So like this one, I can get it in a little bit further because of the way I placed. So there's our second one. So see how easy this is? Let's see, what time is it? Well, it's taken me about 35 minutes, so that's not too bad. And we'll do a yellow one here. I think I'll turn this one like that. And then we'll put another. But anyways, the color coach I thought was quite interesting. I always see them, but I've never used them. But I have it sitting on my desk, so I'm forcing myself to use it. And I really, really do like it, because it's really come in handy trying to figure out color schemes. So I'm going to have those up for sale. I'll let you know if you're interested in getting one. So, okay. So we're moving along here. All right, so there's another flirty. And then I think I'm going to put the leaf at the bottom. And then the last thing, we've got two more to do. And then the last thing, we'll just do one inside insert. I'm not going to hold y'all up for that, but I want to show you what we can do for the inside as well. All right, so we've got two of these stamped off Flirty Flamingos. It really looks like petal pink. It really does. Isn't that crazy? All right, so let's try to get our flower. Put him down about like that. So he's not, you got to make sure you don't go off the page, right? Because then he won't go in the envelope. Oops, I got extra flowers. Well, I could go back and add some flowers to him. Maybe I'll add one to that, because that one looks kind of funny. He looks like he needs something. Let's see. What would this look like if I put an extra one? Beautiful cards. Thank you. All right. The, what do you think about that? Does that look like too much? I think I kind of like that. Maybe I should have cut more flowers. Let's put some leaves here. I got, oh, I got one. This is the one extra one. Well, we're going to put it right here. Let's do it like that. We'll put it, yeah, let's do it like this. All right, that one's going to have an extra flower. Okay, and then we're going to put this one together. And then we'll do our inside real quick, and then we'll be done. And I will post the directions that I have printed. I'll post those to the VIP page tomorrow morning. So if you're watching on YouTube and you're not part of my VIP group, then go to Shall We Stamp on Facebook, and it's my VIP group, and you join, and then I just have to approve you. All right, so there's that. I have an extra leaf, so let's put him somewhere. He's got a little something, but that's all right. Let's see. I think they kind of need a little something up here, don't you? Oh, he's got some splurge. We're not going to do that. Okay, so let's go, and we're going to use our basic white. I'm going to cut one more strip real quick, and we're going to put that on the inside. So this is 1 inch, so I'm going to cut this at a 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to cut it down. All right, so we're going to cut a 1/2 inch, right? Is that a half? Yep. And then we're going to take, I'll just leave that like that. And we're going to add that to the side. I'm going to add it to the side of our card. And I'll just trim it down. Actually, I think I'm going to do the back side rather than that. So let's do this. And then we'll put that on here. And I'm just going to line it up right to the edge. I'm going to try to get it so I don't, and then I will trim off the excess over my card. All right, so we will take our paper snips. And again, the other thing you can do too, which I didn't do, but which we've done in the past, is use your designer paper to make your, decorate your envelope. All right, so we have that. And then we can take our Flirty Flamingo. Let's just do a quickie. And we'll just take a Flirty Flamingo ink, and we'll stamp a little flower down. Let's do it on this side. And there we go. I don't think we need to add a leaf or anything. And then we can just add that to the inside of our card. And that way you can use up those little strips that you cut off initially. So we'll just add that. I can pick it up here. We'll put it inside this one. And I'll go back later and add these to the inside. And we'll put that there. All right, so there are our 6 cards done with the One Sheet Wonder. So what do y'all think about that? Isn't that cute? And then of course you can do your inside. All right, and I'll post this. These are the instructions. All right, so what do y'all think? Oh, you have all the same product for once. That's good. All right, everybody. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. Let me show you the, just so that you can see. Let's pull some of these out. I'm going to put some of these. This is soft sea foam with the pretty peacock. Isn't this gorgeous? I absolutely love pretty peacock. And let's see. We've got 2 of those. Let's put that one there. All right, so there are the cards that we've created. So you get 6 cards with this One Sheet Wonder. I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have, please make sure that you share with your friends. And if you need anything, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. All right, everybody. So if you have anything, any suggestions that you would like me to make or to create for next Tuesday, just let me know by message or text, whatever you want to do. However you want to reach me is fine. We'll do some kind of fun fold next week, most likely. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with me. And I will see you next week. Hi, Kat.